Hello Growatt owners. This is a video for those who don't understand German language. So I got some requests from some YouTubers who asked me to make a video for the workaround of the SPU mode issue with reconnecting to the grid. If you have this issue with the SPF5000 ES, then this video might help you to get rid of all the issues that the Growatt SPF5000 ES have with switching back to the grid. So let's start, and I explain you in a short way what I did. What I can tell you by now is that I did this I think beginning of January. I changed some settings and some hardware wiring here. And since then the Growatt never had any issue when the battery was low and there was no solar power anymore available to switch back to the grid. Yeah, and with that I will show you what I did. So in the manual on page, I don't think don't let me have it here, I have it on page 11, but it could be on a different page on your manual, because this is a version 4.0 manual and the units are also version 4.0. So please stick to your manual which was delivered with the inverters, because there might be changes already hardware wise and manual wise. So what we have here is the explanation about the dry contact port. So there's a dry contact port on the Growatts. Usually it looks like this here. Can you see that? And on that one, this is my master inverter, but it's independent. If you have the same settings on both inverters, you can use also the slave device for that. So what I did here, I hardwired a contactor or a relay to the inverter. So no matter what you set up in SPU, SUB, utility, or whatever modes the inverters can do, this dry contact port, this one here, switches reliably when you reach parameter 12, so the low voltage of the battery, and parameter 13, the switch back to grid parameter. Yeah. So what did I do? I show you right now something. I have here a 60 what is it? Should be a 63 ampere contactor from ABB, but you can use whatever you want. As I don't have a power supply in here for low voltage power, I hardwired this to the incoming phase 1 of my inverters. So what did I hardwire? The phase 1 goes in here on contact number 1 and goes out on contact number 2 to my inverter. Yeah. So once this so at the moment there's no power on my on my AC in. So this is AC in, yeah, the front one AC in. There's no power on this at the moment. This is only be switched when this inverter reaches parameter 12, and these two contacts are the phase 1, also a parallel from this main in, and are wired to the coil of this relay, and the other side of the coil, because it's a 230 volt relay AC, it's wired to N, so or to ground. No, not ground, but neutral, yeah. So when parameter 12 is reached here, it switches this contactor, and this contactor starts to switch my phase in or AC in of this inverter. And what happens at this point, I can show you what happens, because I'm not anymore in SBU mode, because it's not really important what kind of mode you have, but I can show you it's on utility at the moment, but it behaves exactly the same like the SBU mode is explained in the manual. So if there's no power from solar, and if your battery is low, which is indicated by parameter 12, then it switches then switch back to grid. And this is the functionality I want for both of the inverters. So I can show you right now what's happening. I can cheat here because I wired this a little bit differently. With this fuse, I can switch on this relay, so it's really powering the coil of the relay, so the relay switches on, and I show you right now what's happening. And I show you the screen and do it 1, 2, 3. And now you can see suddenly the power grid is connected, and it switches back. It switches completely over to grid power. What's happening right now, because we still have a little bit solar, it's still on solar and mixing or charging the battery for that. But what's happening when it reaches back parameter 13, so your battery is at the voltage or at the SOC you want to have it, this happens, and 1, 2, 3 I switch at 3 I switch off the fuse again, my cheating fuse here. 1, 2, 3. So what's doing it right now? It's going back completely to solar and battery usage. Okay, so this is the functionality of that. So this contactor is switching my AC in of both inverters. Both inverters are in parallel in one phase, and yeah, I can tell you since January I never had any issue with switching back to grid or switching my house completely back to grid automatically by the Growatts. I don't know if this is maybe solved in a later firmware version. I cannot tell you, because Growatt was not really supportive. Even their support in Germany is super bad. They came up with it's dependent on your battery or your communication protocol and such things, but yeah, this isn't how a support should react to customer complaints, and yeah, but right now, you know, a workaround, it's not super expensive. A contactor in this size, maybe mine is a little bit too much, so you maybe don't need 63 amperes, but I'm more on the safe side, so I use the bigger one. And yeah, with that, I hope it helps you to solve your issues with your Growatt SPF5000 ES, and if so, leave me a thumbs up, or yeah, subscribe to my channel. I'm happy if I have subscribers. Maybe in a later stage I can make more videos for you, and yeah, with that, have fun and have a nice evening, day, night, wherever you are. See ya.